Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Deal POV, and let's get into something a little bit different. And let's talk, of course. I did a review of the EV plushies, the Kotari sleeping plushies last time from Pokemon, and this time I am back with another review of a different kind of collectible. Um, this one right here that I got off the store is still sealed, as you could tell from the packaging. Right here, you can see the plastic still pretty. Let me just zoom in here. There we go. This is the Omegamon figure by Tamashii Nations and Namco Bandai. It has the seal of approval as well right here, as you could tell. Maybe if I could focus on here. And yeah, like this is brand new. I'm going to talk about it. Let's open this thing up and let's see how good and poseable this figure really is and if it's worth the money. So as you can tell, and let me just move the camera a little bit more towards this direction. As you can tell, this figure comes with a bunch of little accessories. It's not really a hugely expensive figure either, but so don't expect to get like Portrait of Pirates, One Piece figure accessories, or JoJo's Bizarre Adventure action super pulsable actions figures, but this figure, like just the amount of accessories, it gives you what you actually just need. The cape has a peg, right, not like a slidable detection here that you can add on. So when you add it, for example, to the backside area, you will have it either flowing or you will have it laying flat. You can this provides a really good opportunity to create an action pose when he's either flying or just a regular relaxed standing pose for the cape. I also must admit that this is a soft rubber, so it bends really easily. No need to be worried about this breaking because it looks like it's resistible. These are, of course, going to be his blast shots. So this one, for example, is made mostly for the Garurumon shots, the gun blast. This one's going to be mostly for the War Greymon slash, which is gonna look awesome. I'm going to give you guys a couple examples of how that looks, and yeah, overall this has some really good pivot points, I would say, like movement points, possibilities. The hand moves up really nicely. The shield here area, like the little shoulder area, moves as well, so it makes if you want to move his arm up, which you can, and this right here, just put that back. Oops. You move it over here and you just slide this a little bit more down so the top part has a little bit more space, or you can just move your arm a little bit more down and slide it back down a little bit. There you go, and make it more of like a relaxed feel. Something that I found out while reading the instructions, which is really interesting, is when you take off this mask over here, the eyes, as you could have already told, seen, for example, right here. Don't move me so much. There you go. The eyes are facing a certain direction. They're looking left. That is if you're going to make like an action pose of like Kenshiro, like shooting the gun and looking at you. But the really cool part about it is that you can just have a regular, relaxed look to it, of him just looking straight forward, which I hope my camera can detect right here. Yeah, just straight up looking forward. Um, Let me just focus. I gotta play around with the focus here, so I apologize for that. Legs move really like normally. The knee areas can be bent. The foot areas as well. Not too much. Don't force it too much, as you saw from the from the arm earlier. I'm guessing these can fall off. The waist, yes, the waist can move really well. It doesn't move up or down, so you don't try to fix that. It just moves left to right. And now I will give a little bit of demonstration of certain poses that you can obtain with this figure. Okay, before I get into the actual posting, one thing that I do have to bring up is that you get this little piece here right here, which helps Omegamon stand, of course. But the piece, and just in case you were wondering, does not slide up or down. Just be careful with that. I almost made the mistake of doing that myself. You actually have to like clip it off and then like I just did, and then move it. Since it's a pentagon shape, you're gonna have to move it around and place it on top of the other and to the position and the angle that you want to, which is something that I'm going to do right now. And as I also have to bring up, as you can see right here from these little attachments that you get, these transparent attachments, these are meant for obviously the blast shots that you're going to see within the figure. For example, Omegamon shooting the blast beam from where Garurumon's handgun. And it's also worth noting that yes, even though you probably didn't see it all too well in the figure, but you probably, if you did see it, if you looked on the bottom right side area, you do get the blade, the Wargreymon blade, and you get the Garurumon blast gun piece, which I will add right now to finalize the effect of the first pose that I want to show off. Now, one thing that I do want to bring up in between also as well is that I spoke about earlier about these transparent pieces right here. One of them has a thick area. Let me see if I can focus on this right now. There we go. One of them has a thick area, a thick ending right here, and the other one has a thin one. The thin one is obviously going to be the one that you're going to attach to the visual effects right here. You'll just put that in here, and the thick end is the one that you're going to place on the main stance. Now you are going to kind of have to puzzle it out. Take out the one piece. It doesn't look like you can, but you kind of have to. And I do have to warn you about making the same mistake that I did, which is taking out the thin end and going to the next one and also taking out the thin end. So be a little bit smarter than I was about this and just take out one thick end and one thin end, because it's logical that you kind of have to do that, but it's kind of slipped my mind. Then after both ends are taken out, you will be able to attach these two together, as I will do right now. Come on, fingers don't fail on me. There we go. And you will be able to place it on the stance and create that wonderful. Let me see if I can get it right here in this shot. If you can get that wonderful, there we go. Beautiful effect of Omegamon just blasting his, I was going to say load on your, but regardless, pretty cool pose. I absolutely love it. Like Omegamon just straight up being a badass. And this part keeps falling off, so I may end up switching over to the next pose. So after a little bit of playing around with it and a little bit of struggling, I was able to get this piece ready, because I kind of had to, as I mentioned earlier, I had to click these two things out and disconnect them and put them back in. And that's one complaint I guess I would have, is just that taking out these things, it can be a little bit rough. Be careful with your nails, because they get messed up rather quickly when you do this. But after that, you get to play around posing them and calculating what angle you want it to be from, and in order to get that excellent slash effect of Omegamon doing his slash. In my personal opinion, this is my absolute favorite pose of him. You kind of have to also angle him a little, the cape a little bit more, to make it look like he's going sideways. And after that, I feel that this pose is absolutely badass. I just can't say too much about it. Like, this looks great. This looks fucking amazing. And him slashing and this sword effect, you kind of have to put it a little bit. I'm gonna angle him a little bit more. You're gonna have to angle the effect a little bit higher to make it look like it's coming from off the ground, like the slash is happening mid-air. But otherwise, I can't seem to currently get to the position that I've seen in the back cover of the packaging, which is this one right here. Maybe I can focus on it right now. Yeah, I can't seem to get that position out there right now. Maybe there are tutorials on YouTube to as to how to pose them properly, what angles you need to focus on to in order to get that position. But I currently am happy with doing it like this, the way he currently is. As I mentioned, and this is also readable in the explanations. The top part of Wargreymmon's head can come off, and you can slide that sword in. It's just to give that effect, and let me just hold it right here. It's just to give that effect of Wargreymon basically just pre taking out his sword, like when he's like in the movie when he's about to fight the main villain, and he gets ready and the sword just pops out of his mouth, which is a really cool moment. Then you can just take the top part off, you can slide the sword in, you can put it back in. There are 2 points right here, 2 circles, as you can tell, one which is for, as you can read over here, open, and the other one's for closed. You kind of have to play around with it. It does affect the positioning of Wargreymmon's position on the arm, and therefore it also stops certain movements or limits certain movements, which is unfortunate, but it's not a bad thing. I mean, it helps out with the effect, and personally I just absolutely love this. Now I'm going to take this off of my tripod and I'm going to do a little bit some close-up shots for you guys. Now, looking back at the figure, as you could tell, like the coloring, the articulation is absolutely beautiful. We spoke about the effect in the pecs over here, how you can position these two in a way that they can move up and down. You can position their height. The way you're going to want to display this figure is the position, the how do you call it? The poses that he makes will depend on your location, where you place them, and what angle you're going to be facing it from in order to get that really nice action, legit shots. But as I said earlier, I will focus right now on the close-ups mostly. As you could tell, the coloring absolutely beautiful, gold on gold where gold needs to be. This is more of like an orange gold tint that they use for Wargreymon, which is justifiable, a very good color choice, since that's Wargreymmon's original color. Garurumon over here, you got the beautiful blue, which I always loved seeing in the anime. Just the little tint of red over here, perfect, absolutely great. One thing that's also worth noticing, and I hope that you can catch it in the camera right here, it's the little encryptures on Wargreymmon's sword, excuse me. The silver looks beautiful. The little bit of black to differentiate the edges from the sharp edges from the center part of the sword, absolutely great. You already saw the sun icon over here. Let me see if I can focus a little bit more on it, and there we go. Of course, his facial features, the little details that you get over here and there, like the little lightning bolt on the side of his helmet, the eyes, absolutely well done. I already demonstrated how you can change those to look more left and look more straight. But yeah, like the head, the mouthpiece, absolutely well done. The chest area is, I guess, minor complaint, but it's like you gotta take a look at my thumb, for example. My thumb is about what, 5 centimeters, 5 centimeters, yeah, like about 5 centimeters, and this right here next to each other, like this is legit, like the chest area is legit small, and they still managed to work on little details like the little the little blue diamond over here in the center part. The legs are all poseable, all movable. The feet are actually something I forgot to mention. There's a peg that lets you move the feet forward and back, but also left and right, and it's more of like a round peg that you can kind of move around the area and see and choose kind of how you want it. The cape I've already mentioned, it's movable, it's poseable, and the beautiful red underlining right here. This is kind of like how Omegamon would look from the back area, which is still a really cool effect in my opinion. And let me see anything else that I could say, because like the coloring is perfect. It's a very simple color pattern of black, white, orange, gold, and blue, and of course a pink from the Slash. But overall, cannot complain too much. This is an absolutely great figure. If I do have to give some complaints, I guess the biggest complaint would have to be the fact that the arm area did come off a couple of times with me. It's easy to put back on. It's not like, oh crap, like I need to glue this together. No, it's just a simple of like, damn, it clicked out. Time to put it back in. And it happened quite a few times while trying to make a pose, while I was trying to choose a pose for Omegamon, and dusk. And I guess the transparent holders, they were a little bit of a pain in the butt to take out and replace. You be careful with those. Like, I would not, please, if you're a kid, if you're anyone, like, don't think about using a knife or a scissor to get in between the parts and take them out. I'm not saying that I did it, because I didn't. I used my nails and messed those up, but using any sharp objects will result will there's a possibility that something may go wrong, so just be careful with that, please. And otherwise, I mean, for the price that you can get this one, I think I got mine. I don't even remember. I think was it 15 or 30? I don't even know. It's 15 or 30 bucks. It's not a bad price for this absolutely beautiful Poseable figure by Tamashii Nations, if I'm not mistaken. Tamashii Nations, yes, and Namco Bandai, of course, with the Toei animation certificate. I absolutely love this figure, and I cannot wait to put him on my shelf, which I will be doing in a couple of seconds, actually, after this video this video gets put into my computer and I start doing the editing for it. But yeah, negative points, the little points that get taken out. And the transparent holders that are a little bit of hard to take out, but regardless, figure absolutely great. I'm repeating myself, but I'm just so happy that I got this. I personally am not a huge Digimon fan, but I am one of those old school fans that just got really into it from the very beginning, and slowly slid away with my interest. But the original will always have a special heart, in my opinion, in my personal life. The Digimon movie, an absolutely great work of art that I absolutely love, from an artistic point of view as well. So this, like, if they ever make Omegamon again in its regular form, because of course, as you could tell, this is more of like a chibi-like figure, because of the head and the body being so big and bigger than the original. The original character is. Just the fact that just if they ever remake this figure and add like the red outlining, like, let me just show you how because this is how the box look. If they ever do like the red outlining like in the Digimon movie, I'm going to fucking lose my shit, and I will definitely want to get it. Regardless, my name is POV. If you like this overview, this let's talk of this Digimon NXedgestyle Omegamon figure by Tamashii Nations and Namco Bandai, please hit the like button down below. Tell me what you think about this figure. Are you gonna get it? If you already have it, what is your favorite pose? The regular standing up one that you see in the background, this sword slash, which I personally love the most, or the Garurumon blast shots that I showed earlier. And tell me, what's your experience with Digimon? Do you want to get this figure? If you do, search it up, Amazon, eBay, although Amazon is a little bit more trustworthy than eBay would be, in my opinion. Or just go to your local anime shop or comic book shop. I got this from a comic book shop, to be honest, so even they might even have it, who knows. And I honestly don't know how recent this figure is. I just saw it in the store and I was like, I have to get this. Regardless, my name is POV. I hope you like this overview. Hit the like button down below. Tell me what you thought about this video or anything Digimon related. Any answer to my questions, please, and I will be off. Bye.